Hey guys, AllinCrypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing start to your week and a very happy Monday. Today we're going to be diving into Cardano and I'm going to be telling you why this may be the last opportunity to accumulate Cardano at these prices. We're in 2021, a year that for the past 4 years has been spoke about as a 2017 or prior to this 2013 reoccurrence. Many people are wondering what's with the stagnant price action. We're going to do a number of things in this video, but one thing that I'm going to show you is that this is actually normal in comparison with 2017 and 2013 standards, and that we are still expecting an epic 3 months to follow. We're going to do a number of things, like we're going to look at Cardano, show you why it's showing some strength today, and really focus on why I believe you are running out of time to accumulate Cardano at these prices before we see an impulsive move to the upside. You guys know that we've given you a number of price predictions. Certainly in the next big impulsive move, and there will be pullbacks within that, I believe you're going to get to $5 to $6 and potentially by the end of the year into perhaps early next year, but I'm aiming towards the end of the year. We are going to see a $7.50 to $10 Cardano price. We're also going to take a look at Bitcoin, and we're going to look at Bitcoin dominance in comparison with the altcoins. So the amount of share Bitcoin has of the overall market cap of crypto, and how we are seeing Bitcoin lead the charge in much the same way that it did over here. This is a trait that then leads to altcoins flourishing, and there's a number of confirming factors to why I believe it's not very long before Cardano starts to get the party started, like we are all anticipating. So if that sounds good, guys, strap yourselves in. Remember, for those of you who want to delegate to my stake pool, we officially launched a stake pool yesterday, the All-In stake pool by me. We are now a stake pool operator. Delegations would be much appreciated, as we are trying to get to the 1.5 million Cardano delegated so that we can start minting blocks regularly and start dishing out rewards. So happy staking, guys, for those of you who choose to do so. Let's dive into Cardano and let's take a look at Cardano on more of a smaller term time frame. And really what I want to focus on straight off the bat is the fact that you are now failing to make lower lows. Even with Bitcoin had a huge scam wick yesterday. I think you can see it on here. This had me a little bit worried. I was looking at some of my positions and I was going, okay, you know, I may need to close some of my immediate positions that I put on over the couple of days. But this was just a complete scam wick. There is absolutely manipulation at play in these markets, guys, and it didn't really affect Cardano, and it's actually showing a lot of strength. This is what you've had unfold. This falling wedge structure here is a trend reversal pattern, ladies and gentlemen. And you have indeed had that. Many people have moved their falling wedge so it looks something like this. But this was the original falling wedge that we drew, and we said you had broken out of it here. You've come back to retest this previous resistance as support, and you have now failed to put in a lower low with this retest, and you've continued to put in higher lows but failing to make higher highs in the exact same way, guys, that you did on this recovery. And Bitcoin right now, we're all noticing Bitcoin. This was the structure that we had set for Bitcoin a while ago. This is your reverse head and shoulders. We'll invert the chart for you to show you. This has come to fruition, and this is giving me, you know, there's many bullish signals and patterns on a kind of crypto scale within Bitcoin. We know the entire market still follows Bitcoin within the total money in crypto, and within the individual cryptocurrencies there's bullish structure everywhere, ladies and gentlemen, and this party is about to get started. But Bitcoin, of course, is leading that charge. We know that Bitcoin typically does this. We'll take a look at the dominance in a second, but this is what you're looking at for Cardano. This recovery over here, you had your falling wedge, trend reversal structure, you break out, you come to test it as resistance, what was previous resistance as support, and then you start to put in higher lows, failing to put in a higher high before you reach your significant sort of local high. You will find a bit of resistance here before you take it and then see the kind of impulsive moves that we're expecting. So this is all on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. I think people are getting very much shaken out due to the low volatility, the very lackluster markets. But markets go like this from time to time, and in actual fact, for those people saying that this is out of the ordinary and we're not going to have a bull market akin to 2017 or prior to that 2013, where we saw a lot of the price action come towards the end of the year, don't know what they're talking about. This is September 2013, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up to October the 13th here, which is where you really saw a significant break. Can you see this? This is your year of 2017. This is September here, guys. You see a pretty significant sell-off like we did this year for September. It's always typically a bit of a dumpy month before you then recover and you go in to put, you know, a higher high. You don't actually put a higher high in here till the 14th of October. So we've still got time, and it's looking like Bitcoin is making its way up towards there. I do think you're going to come into a bit of resistance here and here, but things look absolutely great to me. And of course, if we look at 2013, it's very much a similar story, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, this was your March sell-off, and this is September, ladies and gents. Can you see this? This is September. It's always very typical, and it isn't really, which is a common trait in these bull markets till the end of the year, that you see that kind of parabola, which we are still expecting. Don't get shaken out, don't get bored, don't get frustrated. If you've done your due diligence in what you're investing in, you have nothing to worry about. It's why we're so confident and so bullish. People think that my optimism is misplaced. We will see. I am expecting a spectacular 3 months to follow. So Cardano actually looks really good. We've done this a million times, but we will do it again. You're just doing this, ladies and gents. This is what you're essentially doing. And this is your key level of resistance before the bulls really grab a hold. Round about the 245 mark, guys. So once you get there, you're likely to see a little bit of a rejection before setting up, attacking it again, and then impulsing through it. This is what we're looking at. Bitcoin is looking absolutely fantastic and leading the charge. What I want to do, guys, is look at how it, you know, we were making YouTube videos during this. We were calling this as a falling wedge structure. And we were actually saying that Bitcoin is leading the charge out of here. And how do we know that? Well, we can tell that by the Bitcoin dominance, and how the Bitcoin dominance is acting in the exact same way that it did over here, that it's doing currently. And this is a precursor for altcoins to start to move. Bitcoin is leading that charge. It is the safe money in crypto. It's where the big institutions will look to go first. It's the flow of money, and people will chase that. In regards to the flow of money, it starts with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and then larger caps trickling down to the smaller caps. This is how money moves into the cryptocurrency market. It's a key characteristic of the cryptocurrency market, and something you should all get familiar with. So this is obviously the previous sell-off that we've mimicked in a much smaller version over here for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin here, if we take the 20th of June, really led the market. We'll take a quick look at Cardano on the 20th of June, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is July. This is June. So this is July when we actually recovered. This is June. Let me just make sure I've got that absolutely correct. Sorry, July is the month that I'm talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, apologies about that. So this is the 20th of July. We started to recover around about the same time, but we didn't go on to sort of make new all-time highs till a lot later than Bitcoin did. Bitcoin did around about the 30th of July. It took Cardano nearly the 10th of August to take out this previous local high. And that's what we're expecting today, ladies and gentlemen. So if we go at the 20th of July, we take a look at the Bitcoin dominance on the 20th of July. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Can you see here, guys? 20th of July. Huge uptick for Bitcoin dominance. This is the 20th of July here, guys. You can see the uptick for Bitcoin dominance takes place. This, of course, is where we are today. Obviously, Bitcoin is leading the charge out of this in much the same way that it has done previously in previous recoveries. And ultimately, Bitcoin gains dominance against the rest of the market before coming down pretty heavy. And this is where you see altcoins flourish. Typically, Bitcoin will be going up with altcoins, but altcoins will just be significantly outperforming Bitcoin due to a number of factors, like they have a smaller market cap, and it takes a lot less money to move them in terms of percentages and price. Bitcoin is setting up the exact same thing today, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, you are going to see altcoins come back in fashion. This is just how markets move, and I hope I'm showing you that. And like I say, there's nothing taking place today that's out of the ordinary from 2017 and prior to that 2013. In fact, there's a lot more bullish sentiment surrounding Bitcoin when you really dig underneath the surface. In regards to Cardano, it is a fantastic project. We are going to make a separate video in regards to Africa. This is a tweet from Charles yesterday, just back from Wyoming, and I'm ready for this up and coming week, heading to Africa soon, starting in South Africa all the way to Egypt. Let's go change the world together. Africa is a lot more of a significant partnership. Or Ethiopia and Africa as a continent is a lot more significant to blockchain and its adoption than I think people give it credit for. Africa as a continent is very, very poor, the poorest continent in the world. And in actual fact, you know, there's a huge need. When we look at blockchain technology and crypto and what it's trying to achieve, adoption, Africa could hold the keys to that. Certainly as they don't have the kind of infrastructure that we do in the West. And this, of course, was an article. Blockchain is not a superfluous spend or a nice to have. It's a foundational way to view governments' relationships with its citizens and how commercial. This was a very interesting by Harvard. So that's really all I have for you guys. Things are still looking absolutely fantastic. I don't think Cardano is going to hang around these prices for too long. I think the fact, and it is getting very tight if we look at it currently, guys, the fact that you're kind of failing, you've got this kind of support. You've got this kind of trend line here, this kind of support line here, guys, that you seem to be holding pretty well. So if you're looking for a bounce, potentially you're looking at 118 if we continue to go down to see that bounce. But we are still fighting with these EMAs. There's no kind of a clear trend break. You can see here you very much stayed above your EMAs. It's very up and down at the moment, and that's just really a condition of the markets as a whole. There's still a lot of uncertainty. People are still somewhat fearful, but ultimately Bitcoin's leading the charge, guys. We are going to see new all-time highs across the board. It is going to be a fruitful 3 months. This is all my opinion, of course, and not financial advice, but I look forward to embarking on this journey with you. If you want to stake to the All In Crypto stake pool and you don't know how to do so, a video came out earlier today telling you how you can stake your Cardano. We didn't just tell you how you could stake it with All In Crypto, but how you can stake on a number of different methods, like via exchanges or via setting up your own wallet and delegating to a stake pool. That is really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll catch you in the next YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, guys.